the Burt Reynolds zombie. And then on the version Deborah and I saw, I don't know why it got edited out, but I remember seeing it when they're like, Rosie O'Donnell. And then somebody says, come on, pick an easier target or pick a smaller target, something like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, too easy. Yeah, that's in the movie. Yeah.
In the one, no, Deb, in the one you and I saw, they call out Rosie O'Donnell, but somebody doesn't say, too easy. As a matter of fact, it was the jerk, the guy with the boat that said it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was right after they say that, and then Anna comes in and says, you guys had like troubled childhoods, and he's like, listen, honey, if I ever turn into one of those things, I give you permission to blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah, it was Steve that said it. Yeah.
Phil Dunphy.
Yes. Did you realize that, Deborah?
No, what?
It's the dad from Modern Family. Steve.
It's Phil Dunphy.
Huh? No.
It's completely different kid. Oh, by the way, this has nothing to do with horror. And sorry, y'all, to whoever's listening to this, and we're bringing this up. But have you seen Schitt's Creek?
No.
If you like Modern Family, you're gonna like Schitt's Creek.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to the Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
So
silence.
when they go to the island, when they're showing like different clips from when they're on the boat, and they open the little ice chest thing, and there's a head in there. Yeah. I was like, why are they screaming? It's not like the head's gonna fly out at them.
Well, I mean, you're not expecting.
I understand going
a severed head to be in there, a decapitated head, and then for it to be alive.
I understand jumping back and screaming because I would have been like that, but they were like screaming. Ah!
Imagine the smell.
Oh man, have you ever opened up an ice chest in the summer and you forgot that you left bologna in there?
Ew.
Like from the party the week before, and you open it and you get that updraft, the backdraft of
I've never done that.
Spoiled food.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I eat it all. So, quick correction. The movie you were talking about where the zombies walk along the water is Land of the Dead.
That's what I meant.
I was like, Day of the Dead? I don't think that's it. It's Land of the Dead.
Well, in French, in French, the word day, pronounced D-A-Y, means land.
It's land. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right. I'm sorry. You were correct.
So technically, yeah, I'm still correct. So I'm reading here that there are alternate versions of the movie. There's the rated R version, and then there's the director's cut. So one is 100.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, one is 100 minutes long, and the other one is 110 minutes long. So we were streaming it online, and maybe we saw the R-rated version, and the DVD that we have is the director's cut because we were too lazy to go to the front room and get the DVD out. So maybe that's why it didn't have the clip in there.
Probably. That's why. That has to be why. Because whenever I bust out the DVD, I always watch the director's cut.
Once again, I am correct.
Other than the movie theater, I probably haven't seen the rated R version. It's always the director's cut.
Yeah.
Huh.
Deb, you have anything you want to throw in there?
I had something, but we started talking about something else, and then it slipped my mind.
That is a generic cop-out. You could say that about anything. What were you going to say? Anything? Yeah, but we changed topics. Now I forgot. That's going to end up in every podcast. So anything else you want to add? Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Who is the first celebrity zombie to get shot?
Burt Reynolds.
No.
No?
Who was it?
No, wait. No, it was the chin.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno, yes.
He said the chin.
I thought I wrote down the last one because there was one in between. So when we watched the movie, do you remember, like, I don't know, maybe you said it out loud or maybe in your head, when you're watching the celebrities get shot, when they first showed, before they said Burt Reynolds, they showed him. Did you think to yourself, that looks like Burt Reynolds?
I want to say yes.
I did.
Because, it looked just like him. The Jay Leno one was like, I can see it. Because he had the chin and the hair. But the Burt Reynolds one was spot on.
The mustache was a dead giveaway. I was like, pun intended.
They shot Bandit.
Oh, I remember now.
Sure.
What is it?
When we were talking about earlier, about the zombie movie.
Okay.
And then it started reminding me that on the extra stuff on the DVD, how they were showing like the news, and every time I see Dawn of the Dead, it reminds me of the zombie movie because of that.
Yeah, that was something else we brought up in the previous version of this episode of the podcast. I told Deborah, I was like, did we do zombie movie first before we know? There's no way we did zombie movie first because we used the clip from the news off of their B-roll in the zombie movie.
From the extra stuff on the
DVD. not when Tom Savini's talking, but when they're like, shoot him in the head. And that's when we're like, oh yeah. And that's when I go to shoot you through the bread. Nobody ever got that I didn't shoot you, but nobody ever got the joke that we shot you in the bread instead of shooting you in the head.
Well,
and I tell people that and they're like, what? I tell people that and they're like, what bread? I'm like, there's a bread.
He's holding the sandwich. Or is it just bread?
It's a sandwich.
Well, it was supposed to be a sandwich,
but it was just bread. And we put a hole in the bread too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it would be funny if we just put a finger through it and made a bullet hole.
Hole in the bread, he's not dead.
Do you remember that?
Do you remember that, Paul? When that lady called and complained and said, oh, I can rhyme too. Hole in the head, now you're dead. Yeah. You know what? Going back to the Rosie O'Donnell, could they do that joke now?
No.
Can you do that in a movie? Because that's fat shaming.
No.
That was the whole point of bringing up where I didn't see it in this movie, but it was in the other movie. That's how my brain works. That 5-10 minutes later, I remember the road that we're going down. Yeah. Can you do that? Is there any
I don't
way?
think you can do that now.
Did they show her the zombie? I don't remember seeing.
No, but the joke of that's too easy or too easy, that insinuates that she was an easy target.
I didn't think of it that way ever until you said that just now.
But now it makes
like
sense.
That never crossed my mind. Not once. I was like, is it her face? Like, what is it? Like, I didn't think about.
Was it really Rosie O'Donnell that makes the game too easy because it looks exactly like her? No, but that was back in the day when they were making size jokes about Rosie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to her. The only thing I like about her is League of Their Own.
Yeah,
that's a good movie. We're not going to talk about League of Their Own right now.
Yeah.
What went wrong with their escape? Or you know what? We'll go into a different segment. What didn't you like about the movie? I've already talked about the armless capoeira parkour guy, and Deborah already talked about the baby she didn't like. What didn't you like?
There wasn't a whole lot that I didn't like because, I mean, the only, I can't even remember the gripes that I had about it after reading some of the facts. Like, I guess if I could pick anything, it would just be letting the people in and then zombies squeezing in through the side, at the dock. But other than that, overall, I think it was a great movie. Like, I don't have any major like gripes about it other than like what you guys said about Michael just being kind of
Yeah.
Like, cool. Like, he was what did he do? He had named a couple of jobs that he had and they were just like whatever. And he's like this natural leader where he's kind of like leading the group, but he was a salesman.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, your average Joe is gonna lead a team, including a cop, who was a Marine.
Yeah, he had more experience. Yeah.
But other than that, it didn't bother me. I think when I initially saw the movie, I was just dumbfounded and excited.
Do you think they should have tried to save Andy sooner and gone and gotten more ammunition and weapons sooner?
Ooh, if anything bothered me, it was that girl made it across that parking lot with that truck, no problem. They should have just done that in the first place.
Yes.
But, hindsight. But still, like, she made it no problem and she's like jumped in.
Yep. They could have had somebody on top of the truck or torn a hole into the top of the truck or something like that. Gone over there. Andy could have chunked stuff in from the roof, from the second story window or something like that. Got in the truck and drove back.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea either. I didn't think about that. But they would have to have been working outside because that truck was exposed. So tearing the top off and doing all that work to that truck would have taken some time, and they would have been surrounded. And they're fast-moving zombies.
Well, that's only the fresh ones. No, because in the movie you notice, and it's something that I did notice, and I was proud when I saw the thing on IMDb. They had different types of blood. The brighter, the redder the blood, the fresher they were, and the browner and darker blood was as they decomposed more. So the same thing in The Walking Dead. You let them age a little bit, and
so I have a question. What do y'all think? So, if they would have just stayed at the mall without having, maybe just like go and get Andy and get guns, right? And then go back to the mall and just stay there. Do you think the zombies would have went in after a while?
Sooner or later, every defense has to break down. That's what I think.
I think so like even in the original Dawn of the Dead, people ended up coming and ruining it for them. So like alive people. So I think eventually they would have been screwed because people are probably your worst.
Just like 28 Days Later, just like The Walking Dead, it goes from being the zombies being the threat to people being the threat. Yeah, I agree. Somebody would have came by and been greedy or wanted to go in, and then by that time they would have already set up no, we can't let anybody else in, and then they would have just tried to break it down.
Yeah. Sad.
Quick fun fact, the DVD that we used for a zombie movie is the DVD I still have that I watched the other day. It's the same one.
That's where we got the B-roll from.
Yep, from my DVD with the extras. And I have not bought a new one since. I still have the same one.
Wow. I think I've bought it like 4 or 5 times. It always walks off. Somehow. You know what's kind of amazing though? Since we've been on this lockdown, none of our stuff has walked off. Imagine that.
Interesting.
But
I'm all out of notes. I thought I took more.
No worries. Max Headroom being the father.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, that was Max Headroom. Yeah, that scene was really sad, and the respect that Kenneth showed him, Ving Rhames' character showed him, with the you want every minute, and he waited and he waited and he waited, and then you hear the pa off in the distance, and then it goes into what's his name, Cheese's version
Richard
of the
Cheese.
sickness. Yeah,
It does.
come on.
Have you all seen the original Dawn of the Dead, the
I
1978
haven't.
version?
I think I probably have, but I don't remember it.
It's free on YouTube. I watched it last night just to kind of pull back some extra references. So that exact scene happens also in the original, where
Forey.
the hell is this? Forey?
Forey.
His character Peter waits for his friend to die because he got bit all over, and so he's just kind of just chilling there. They got him a blanket over him, and he just raises up real slow, and like his face is all zombied out, and he shoots him. But it's the same way, like
Spoiler alert.
78. So when they shoot him, right when they shot Max Headroom, they cut away to Anna and Michael, and she's like, "I'm glad you didn't do it."
And then,
you hear the gunshot, and they jump. Well, there's a cutaway too, where they cut away to another blonde girl who's in the mall with them, and they're watching the news, and they just hear the shot, and they all flinch.
Okay.
It's like a direct callback to the 78 version.
I believe I have seen it, and we're going to rectify that tonight. We'll watch it tonight, Deb.
Okay.
It's too late.
But yeah, bro, that's all I've got right now. Deb, do you have anything else you want to throw in?
No, I already...
Are we going to throw a rating into here? Because we're not really rating the movies. I love the movie. Even all the complaining I've done about it and all that, I love this movie.
Highly recommend.
If you haven't seen it and you heard through all the...
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think anybody listening to anything we put out wouldn't have seen this movie already.
Yeah, I agree.
Or maybe 10 out of 11.
What's up?
Maybe 10 out of 11.
10 out of 11? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, no movie's perfect. Well, in my opinion. What movie's perfect? see it on your face.
I don't know. I did that just for reaction,